Welcome back to ABC2's coverage of the Beijing Paralympic Games. Hope you're enjoying it around the country. Swimmer Annabelle Williams is competing in her first Paralympics after only taking up the sport seriously in 2005. The 20-year-old is coached by Grant Hackett's former mentor, Dennis Cottrell, and has been juggling university studies and training in her quest for success in Beijing.
I remember there was a scene actually in Finding Nemo, the movie, and Nemo had a little fin, and that was like my arm. I had one arm and he had a little fin. And there's a point in that movie where he's being teased by one of the other, I think it was a seahorse, and he was being teased by a seahorse. And then a nice jellyfish came up and said, "Oh, well, my tentacle is actually shorter than all my other tentacles, but you can't really tell, especially when I twirl like this." And then another one goes, "I'm H2O intolerant." And then the third one looks at this little fish and goes, "I'm obnoxious." And it made me think, I thought, yeah, being obnoxious is just as much of a disability. I think everybody, I've been brought up with the belief, or probably from that movie, I developed the belief that everybody in this world has a disability of one form or another. Mine's just on the outside and more obvious. I was actually born with one arm. It's called it's got a very confusing name. I think it's called a congenital left lower limb deficiency. Basically, congenital is just I was born with it, and I'm missing my arm below the elbow. I didn't really realise that I had one arm. I don't actually know when I realised. I just always thought it was quite normal. And I tend to make a joke of it. My friends will tell you everything. People say, "Oh, do you need a hand?" "Oh my God, I'd love a hand. Have you got a spare one?" we always have a bit of a laugh and things. So, and I think also because of the amazing support I've had from my family, my mum and dad, when I was growing up, I never had one arm. I was just, if I couldn't do something, I'd figure out a way to do it.
She was always looking for ways to be able to do things, you know. And I suppose the earliest example we got was when she first went to school, and Annie had shoelaces, and she had to work out a way to tie her shoelaces. And she was determined to do that, and was probably one of the first kids in her class to get it done, and doing it for the other kids. And I can do this, you know, I can tell you how to do this. So Annie's a very determined individual, always has been,
and very sociable. She's always loved having friends around, and always wanted to be involved in things, and busy and sporty. Loved sport. Was always doing some kind of sport from really quite an early age.
She went through a period of time in high school where she was actually doing athletics very seriously, and she was hoping to get into the Athens Paralympic team for athletics, but she developed shin splints in both her legs. So her PE teacher at school said to her, "Well, Annie, you can't run because you've got the shin splints, so why don't you try swimming again?" And she got into that, and from there went on to the Commonwealth Games in year 12, which for her was just a huge highlight in her sporting career.
And 400 drill to stroke count, I am order.
In 2007, I made this big decision to move up to the Gold Coast and study law on a scholarship at Bond, and then also train under Dennis Cottrell and Raylene Ryan up at Promar Miami. And that decision was very big, because I knew that Dennis had been Grant's coach for 22 years, and I was thinking, oh my God, that guy goes 1,500 metres in an unbelievably fast time. That training's not going to be easy. And so it has been the best decision I've ever made.
Annie normally trains about 8 to 9 sessions in the mornings, every afternoon, and in the gym a couple of times a week as well. And also she runs on the odd days, so it's pretty hectic trying to fit in uni for her as well and look after herself.
At Bond, I'm doing a double degree. I'm doing law and international relations, and in my international relations degree, I get to choose 2 majors, and I'm doing international diplomacy and global governance.
For someone who has done so much at such a young age, and she excels at everything that she does, and she's ambitious, but in a good way, and I think that I would be very, very surprised if she did not achieve exactly what she set out to do.
She's very passionate about her swimming, she's very passionate about her friends, and she's really wanting to do anything for anyone. She's a real giver. She'll take time out for anyone, and I really learnt dedication as well, because if you really want to do something, you can get there, and he's proved that to us all. If she's getting there, obviously she's going to Beijing, so real inspiration.
I've grown up surrounded by the most amazing people, truly amazing. I couldn't have asked to have had a better life. I feel like I don't know why I've been so lucky to have had such wonderful people, but I have, and more so than anyone else, my parents are just amazing. And I get so teary, but everyone says when they meet my mum and dad, they're just great, and they're so supportive of what I do, but everything was always my decision. If I wanted to, they never ever pushed me into swimming or sport or anything. I was just told, do anything you can do.
Annie, you're the apple of our eye. We're very proud of you. If you could all just raise your glasses. Yay. Good luck, Annie, in baseball.
Annie, you had your name in the bright light. I thought I saw your photograph having such a laugh in a magazine. And all the world will know your name, and you'll be famous as you are. 'Cause I'll sing for you, Annie, you're a star.
I don't really like to have expectations before I go. I think that's probably the best way. I think, having no expectations about what Beijing's going to be like, and no expectations really about how I'm going to race, except for just thinking, just go flat out. That's the best way for me to prepare. I swim really well when I'm really relaxed and not too anxious, so with no expectations.
'Cause I'll sing